ways, not together.
Nice.
You don't really need me though. I mean, you can literally just go to any LCBO and there'll be Bone Shaker there.
Bone Shaker's in the fucking grocery store.
You don't really need me though. I mean, you can literally just go to any LCBO and there'll be Bone Shaker there.
Bone Shaker's in the fucking grocery store.
You don't really need me though. I mean, you can literally just go to any LCBO and there'll be Bone Shaker there.
So we sold actual real
Bone Shaker's in the fucking grocery store.
You don't really need me though. I mean, you can literally just go to any LCBO and there'll be Bone Shaker there.
Federal government.
Bone
Shaker's in the fucking Ontario. That was the grocery store.
You don't really need me though. I mean, you can
That
literally
was the
just go to any
Captain Win government that everyone randomly.
Yeah, I think that's what she was desperately trying to hang on to her power.
Oh, no way it's operator error.
Wow.
Well,
Have you
if
considered
that's
paying
your
the
issue,
ticket?
then I would go back to what you were initially referencing and get actual OBS. You weird fucking weirdo. Like, just like Streamlabs is horrible.
Well, you sound fine in here. I don't know about the. Oh yeah, you're flat out. You're flat out muted on the stream.
Wow.
Everyone else seems to be.
The hell's
Is there an IT guy in the chat we can put a ticket in with?
Possibly.
I don't know. I don't manage IT guys anymore.
Oh wow. Yeah, you're like into medical research now. You're probably like
Do you hear me now, Chris?
researching hemorrhoids.
Yeah.
Can anyone hear me now online?
We can hear you, Nick.
Well, you're asking.
Yeah, you're coming through now.
People. Yeah.
Okay, so it's working now.
Online? Maybe.
Yeah, you're coming through, Nick. You're good.
Awesome.
Nick's coming through. Jesus. You just belched hard enough to break a girl's hymen.
So, Lee, you're drinking, what was it again? Tatamagoosh?
No, I am drinking from Stillwell Brewing here in Nova Scotia. Their best bitter.
Ooh. Moo Cow's here. Paul, you're drinking from something from Trogs.
I am drinking their Stormfield in collaboration with Anti-Fragile, Sworn, and Warwick Farms, and this is a West Coast double IPA.
Ooh, nice. Carrie, you had some kind of Jelly King, I think.
I am currently cracking open, pouring the spicy margarita Jelly King from Belarus.
Hashtag girls drink.
Wow.
If it tastes good, who the fuck cares?
Me.
All right.
Don't be a dick.
What's Scott? You're drinking it out of a folding cup. Rum and Coke. Rum.
That's a healthy boy.
Rum and zero sugar Pepsi with lime.
And apparently he's so drunk. He's so drunk that like it's blurry where he is.
Yeah, I put on the background blur.
It looks like you've got semen on the camera.
Great.
Otherwise, we'd see an air conditioner behind you. It'd be terrible.
No, it's not an air conditioner. It's fucking hot as balls here.
Nice.
Is it blinds, I guess?
I'm surprised you know how hot balls are. I suppose you touch your own, I guess.
I was gonna say everyone here has balls. So
You're sticks your hand in your pants and feel your balls, and that's how hot they are. Hot and sweaty.
Let me check. Yeah, hot as balls.
All right.
There you go.
Good to know. All right, so Greg, what did you decide on drinking?
Mr. Lee decided I was going to have a bone shaker, and he made a good choice.
Nice.
I did.
And Me to introduce what I'm having before we get to Jamie joining. Hi, Jamie. I'm drinking a Guinness because I had it in my fridge, and then I'm going to move on to Trois Pistoles, which we were supposed to do this week, but thanks to Ontario beer stores sucking out loud, the apparently availability of the Unibrew products is shit in Ontario altogether.
The nice thing about my situation is I can buy beers in either New Brunswick or PEI.
Wow.
Because I go back to New Brunswick every weekend.
Yeah.
On that sweet.
Of course, you can't keep that beer at your place for very long, unless you hide it in your pillow.
Next week I actually have a solid place because my place was only available June 1st.
Oh, okay.
I'm living in a temporary place now, but in June 1st, when I go back next week, I'll be able to store stuff at my house and lock it reliably.
Nice.
Who just left? PA.
Paul.
Paul.
So wait, like right now you're like not in a situation where you can lock your shit? Like, do you live with other people? I don't know if you're allowed to say, but
yeah, I live in a frat house with 5 other international students.
He's essentially in the movie Animal House right now.
Okay, yeah. So right now, if you were to leave any alcohol around, it would be drink for you.
Later on, he and a bunch of his friends are going to take their dates that they've never met before to an all-black bar and have their dates stolen from them, just like in the movie Animal House.
That sounds
my
like
house
a
is
good time.
full of all black guys.
Animal house, animal house.
Yeah, so all my
Jokes on
roommates
them,
are
they
all
all have AIDS.
black guys.
Jesus,
They don't have AIDS.
Jesus.
That's racist. That's racist.
The frat house people.
Oh.
I'm not talking.
They have people to help them. They have AIDS.
AIDS. Maybe they're taking that diet supplement from the 70s.
Oh
There's
yeah.
the whole South Park episode with Jared at South Park. Like,
he has AIDS.
I didn't get thin with just
It's
Subway.
AIDS.
I also have AIDS.
It's the AIDS worked for me.
He might have it now. You know what they do to fucking pedophiles in jail.
Yeah.
I would imagine he's probably protected though.
There's a bunch of shit out there that like companies and like there's even the fucking like Marvel or DC comic or something. I saw that, but like so many like Jared collaborations that have not aged well at all.
Like everyone has done.
Way to go, Conrad.
Oh, you mean like Jared's footlong, the Jared guy from the Subway commercials?
Get some extra mayo on that footlong.
He's still getting 6 inches every day.
Yeah.
I still haven't played the Fractured Butthole, the South Park game, but I know from watching YouTube stuff that Jared is one of the bosses in the game.
Yes,
Like,
yes, he is, and he has a mayonnaise attack.
He wants to get those children's.
Yeah, they don't even fucking sugarcoat it in that game. Like they literally just full on make him a child molester.
So
the end of a beast new South Park episode / hour long movie thing came out really funny.
No, I haven't seen the new one. I think they're making fun of Ozembic or something, aren't they?
Yeah, it's fun.
Oh yeah, I heard.
So this already got off rails, didn't it? Because of Fuzz here, his jungle adventures in the frat house. But let's get back onto beer.
Jeez.
Yeah, I'm gonna go grab an 11.5% beer.
I grabbed a 9er.
Right.
There we go. Trois Pistol. Second beer of the night.
Oh, good old 3 Pistols.
Almost looks like you fucking
Yeah,
it
good job.
with the Guinness or something. Still pretty dark.
Well, I had already chugged the Guinness. Well, it is dark.
Yeah, it's normally dark, bro.
Next-
It's not like a margarita.
Bruh.
Next to dark kind of guy.
Yeah. Darky beer.
Essay.
Jesus. Wait, are you saying it's a porter, Nick?
No, it's Belgian style strong dark ale.
It's a
like
quad.
a Sinead.
Okay, it's not
like
not one
Sinead
of those-
Bleu.
It's not one of those porter drinker beers.
No, it's not one of the
Porter
porters.
drinking.
No, it's definitely not one of those porters.
It is a quad mixed with a creek.
Mixed in the
And
creek.
now you think it's sexy pictures.
Well, I'm just I figured it out.
Yeah, you have to put that whiteboard behind your dick so you can focus in real good.
Well, the main thing is that the label Trois Pistoles is like silver and metallic, so if there's a black background, it doesn't.
It's hard to
Hey, no, if it's if it does a black background, like I'll turn this light off, and you'll see, like, I don't know.
It shines.
I don't know if I can really replicate it here because I got a nice light. Maybe if I hold it up like back here, you just sort of see the text kind of disappears under certain light, but then it appears the light's right. So you get the light angle right when you're actually taking a picture of the label on this thing, because otherwise you can't read the fucking text. Light bright.
Light bright. I had a light bright.
I had a light
bright, make the face to glow at night.
I don't think I ever had a light bright.
I had a light bright for my daughter, and I had to sell it in the great purge of Scott being homeless.
Jesus.
So
you're not supposed to
I saw
daughter.
We're gonna bring down the chat, Scott.
Yeah.
Well, this is good because I look forward to reading his daughter's bestseller 20 years from now about how
Why I killed my father.
Oh, yeah. Jesus Christ!
Why she annihilated her family?
You know what's funny? You know what's
It's
funny?
called
You make
Lights
jokes.
in the Dumpster.
No.
You make jokes, folks, but my daughter really looks up to me, and I'm doing the best I can for her. So fuck you.
I mean, admittedly,
she cares about.
you're a lot taller than her. So where else is she?
She'll get over it when she gets over the trauma of losing her light bright. I'm kidding, Scott. I know you're a good dad.
Yeah. My daughter is at the end of the table right now, and I've been struggling like a motherfucker, and she still looks up to me. So, and she just gave me that smile.
You're a tall motherfucker too.
You're a Paul motherfucker.
Exactly.
He's a Paul motherfucker.
I don't think I'm tall.
Solitude. Imperial Stove. Who's that from?
From Tatamagouche.
Dude. You get fucking shit on.
To be perfectly honest, she just gave me that smile that Var gave in prison after stabbing Hieronymus to death. So maybe I might be worried, but other than that, we're fine.
I would be very worried if anyone related to me had the smile of a white nationalist murderer on their faces. So
it's like that. It's like that smile. You ever see the movie Smile? You ever see the movie Smile where they go this?
No, I've never.
Yeah. They just sort of smile, and then all of a sudden you're dead.
Oh. Thanks for
or they rip their face off. The Smile was not bad. Not a bad movie.
It's basically kind of a little bit like It Follows in a sense, where it's like a demonic.
That sounds pretty neat.
Yeah, but it's a demonic force. Well, yeah, I suppose instead of some guy trying to track you down the entire way.
Smile.
But yeah, it was a demonic. Whatever. I'm gonna shut up now. You're right. It is kind of like.
It's all right.
Both of those, but like It Follows was better. I thought It Follows was better, but I didn't mind Smile.
It Follows is probably like the last. I don't even remember when it came out. But that's probably like the best horror movie in like the last 10 years or so.
So what's your history with these beers?
Bone Shaker? I've been drinking it fucking for like 10 years. Back when it was difficult to get. Now it's not.
It's part of Greg's DNA at this point. He's
Pretty much. Yes.
Hey, first time.
This beer has probably brought me closer to divorce than any other beer because around my work they used to, and I worked in a really really rich area, and around my work you could get pints of it for quite cheap, and I took advantage of said deals.
I have a good story for Trois Pistoles. The first time I ever had this, somebody sent me. I forget, it was either a bottle of it was given to me, or I was sent one in a beer mail. But when I reviewed this beer, I took a break there in the middle of the beer review, and I got laid. And then finished the review. Wow. That's great. It's like great memories. This is one of my favorite beer reviews, just because I know what happened between the break.
Maybe
Greg gets laid all the time, so he doesn't have fun memories of getting laid. Well, I suppose he does, but
I do. I get. I'm still amazed to this day.
For me, it was so long ago.
Well, you got to get on Tinder and fix that. Swipe right, swipe right, swipe right, swipe right, swipe right, swipe right.
Or Grindr.
Eventually, somebody.
Well, then your fingers come.
What's
Hey,
Jamie
I
got? Oxygen Curla.
I just had it. I just had it.
Hey, is that you, Paul? You said you just had this?
I just had it. Yep. I just.
Nice. Is it? It's new, I'm assuming, right?
It
is
is
it new?
new, and it is a new beer. It's brandy new, and
Yeah.
you're going to drink it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I hope you enjoy it. I enjoyed it, but I did enjoy it, but I gave it a lower score, but I still enjoyed it.
Now, was it you were holding this up to just the Rausch beer? Or
I
just
always hold everything up to like to the Rausch beer is like standard. Of course, my favorite is the Double Bock, the Oak Smoke.
Yep.
But even to the Rausch beer standards, it's still on the lighter side, especially to the nice Schwarz beers that I've had in the past. The Schwarz beer characteristics lacking a little bit too, but for what it is, the smoothness, the characteristics, and how it comes through in the flavor, and how clean and crisp it is, even though that has that smoke to back it up, it's still a really interesting and fun beer to try. The only thing that is a downside for me is the fact that it has such a price tag where I live. Where, okay, do I want such an easy drinking light beer with a nice nuance with that price tag?
Yeah. What's the price tag for a bottle of this where you are?
About $6.99 plus a bottle.
Yeah. And it was about the same for me, but Canadian. So, basically take a few bucks off of what you pay.
Right. Yeah.
Probably about like $4 of your money. So
exactly.
First sip, well worth it. It's very good. It's very smooth. It's probably more approachable. Like if you're just a first smoked beer, this would be a good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, nothing too crazy. I actually really enjoy it. It's beautiful. Alder wood smoke. It says.
It's a beautiful beer. 6.5 out of 10.
What's the ABV on this? 4.2.
4.2. So if you look at that low ABV too, it's like
you're not going to find many 4.2 percent beers with this much flavor. So I highly enjoy this. Very good.
But I will actually just check you right there. If you drink English milds, you will find most milds have more flavor than that beer.
But where are you going to get English mild? That's the problem.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
From
I miss when we had like a good selection of British styles available around here.
I don't know. I don't actually have an answer to that question.
Yeah.
Every once in a while we get a good English mild. I think at one point Manitoulin, I believe, Manitoulin Brewing had a really good English mild. And then, every once in a while, just a random brewery will come out with one. It's pretty good. But, it's not a normal style. I always pick one up, though, if I find it.
I'd argue English mild is almost like a endangered or dead style at this point, to some extent.
Oh, yeah, I agree. I absolutely
agree.
Yeah.
It's not one of those ones that jumps out at people, but it's really delicious if it's done right. And
I'm actually really happy that recently a Pennsylvania brewing company actually made one, and it actually was good. I was amazed, absolutely amazed.
Nice.
I'm thinking, what was the? I remember when we used to get a whole pile of like British beers in like NB Liquor, and probably NSLC had them. Used to be able to get like Old Speckled Hen and all the Fuller's beers, and I'm trying to remember one beer.
You probably
Ruddles or something. Ruddles,
unfortunately.
Ruddles County, Ruddle County, or something like that.
Never heard of that one.
That might have been just one we had here.
Yeah, but that was the way with the NSLC when craft beers and stuff and just better, more diverse beers started showing up. It started out we got a whole slew of British stuff, and we got a whole slew of Belgian stuff, and then once
German stuff.
Once the actual craft beer movement in the Maritimes got to the point where it's really big now. They dominate most of shelf space now. That's the thing.
Yeah, they got so big, and now they've kind of been contracting the number of beers and giving more shelf space to sell, but they're still getting a lot of shelf space to New Brunswick breweries, and now a lot of New Brunswick breweries have almost their entire lineup on NB liquor shelves, but you see like almost nothing from like Ontario breweries or from like international. You get like one shelf to maybe two devoted to like international beers, if you want to call it, because like all the British, Irish, and Scottish and shit was all scrunched together into one. You got like two.
Am I NSLC? You go into
I tell you what, the same thing here too. You got 75% in the imports gone. You won't see them ever again. And when you ask for them, they say we can't get them. Imports, Macro's doing great. Macro will always do great. Craft's doing good. Completely killed the imports.
Yeah,
completely killed them.
So
they
like,
can't. They don't even have any legs to stand on.
When you walk into the beer cooler in my NSLC, it used to be, so that you'd turn directly to your right, and there would just be this big back wall, and it would mostly be single cans. It would mostly be like British and Belgian and like European stuff that you've never heard of before, that kind of shit. Not necessarily like super rare stuff, but a lot of European like kind of big brands that maybe you're kind of aware of, but they're not really known in North America as well. And so that was kind of the thing for years, and now that entire shelf is just solely maritime craft beer, and that shelf when that used to be the foreign stuff, that now is relegated to like an 8-foot section on the other side of the cooler. That's like not even as high as the shelves with the maritime craft beer. It's like up to your like chest level instead of like, whew. And yeah, it's pretty sad.
Yeah.
Have you ever got like Polish stuff back in the day, like Tiski, Lamza, Obolin?
We got lots of Polish stuff still.
Well, that's Ontario,
like,
but like,
it's all.
I don't know if we've ever had any Polish beer here in New Brunswick.
I just did Tiski recently. What was that for? Was it a bring your own beer or bring a?
I think it was like either show and tell or bring your own beer like a couple weeks ago where you had you brought a Tiski.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I brought Wolka was a good one. Oche, all gone. Can't find anything now.
Lech Premium
German beers, forget about it. You got Warsteiner. You got Weihenfarner, and that's it. I'm sorry.
Well, I found some Warsteiner here recently, and I was overjoyed. I ended up buying I guess.
What?
We weren't letting them talk.
Żywiec was always my favorite Polish beer.
Żywiec.
That was that was the big one we got. Okachim.
Our biggest issue with the LCBO right now is our lack of American beers.
How do you spell Żywiec? Is that WIC? Okay, yeah, now I remember.
Polish people probably be mad at me, but
yeah. ZYWIEC. I remember Lech
was
and
saying
Aquachim and
we wanted to say something, and they just left. I'm like,
well, no, if you wanted to say something, he'd just over you.
Well, there was a couple of times where he was trying to say something at the same time as me, and I'm like, I haven't talked in a while, so I kept talking.
It's all right, Nick. We like you.
Oh fuck!
Paul's being extra nice tonight.
What was that? There was a
nice person.
Was that Zuber? There was Zuber, wasn't it? That's another Polish beer.
Subaru, that's a car company.
No, not the Zuber. ZBUR. Greg knows what I'm talking about.
I don't know. There's
Zubra,
There's a Polish brand, right? It has a boxing rabbit for a fucking logo. I drank this was back when I was married, right? Years ago. I drank maybe 2/3 of the case, and she drank the other third. We were fucking hungover for like 2 days. It fucked us up so bad. I didn't even believe how bad it was. It started with an S, like a 27-letter S word, and had boxing rabbit as a the little thing on the. It was fucking nuts. I can't even. Fuck it, fucked me up. It was really easy to drink it, but
boxing rabbit beer. I'm not looking for this.
Pretty bad.
I have no clue what that actually is.
No, just having like vague
memories.
It's
a huge S word.
What was it? Is this German?
Like random beers that popped in the NSLC for like a couple months.
Yeah, it was like yes, you know, and it just fucked me up. But it was bad. You know what? A German beer, if you ever get it, I don't know if you can guys get there, a German Pilsner, and that's really, really good, is Volters. Do you ever get the Volters Pilsner there?
No, I never heard of it.
Wolters. Really nice Pilsner. It's cheap overall and very easy drinking. Volters is really good, and they have a side company called Kolbitzer, and Kolbitzer makes some really, really cheap 500 milliliter cans, and it's very, very good. The Schwarzbier is fantastic. If you see it,
I think I've had Kolbitzer.
It's very cheap and very affordable.
I think I've had Kolbitzer Schwarzbier
by the Volters company, so it's good shit. I just got a case here because I got it at cost because it was a little bit past its date. I didn't argue, but it was $23. It was really good.
Oh, I'm thinking I've had Kostritzer. That's a different one, I think. Okay, Kostritzer Schwarzbier.
Kostritzer, very good. Yeah, that's good, but that's expensive.
Jawohl.
That's almost like $60.
Jesus.
I prefer the German Pilsners and the Italian Pilsners compared to like authentic ones too. So like, and in Nova Scotia, like two of the premier kind of like German style Pilsners that are made by craft breweries in Nova Scotia.
Stillwell.
Oh yeah,
they make
that
Stillwell. They make delicious.
I've got Tettnanger growing right now. I want to make some Tettnanger Pilsners and stuff. See what they come out like, just full on single hop Tettnanger. See how it comes out.
Yes.
I mean, it's the darkest hop I've ever seen. It's fucking like jet black, red, like green, like the darkest green. I'm like, this is a fucking bitch of a hop coming up too. I'm like, this. I hope this is awesome. It's like the deepest forest green you've ever seen on the hop leaf. So like,
oh wow,
this fucker is coming over to take over my goddamn house.
So when you grow hops there, Paul, do you have to do anything like burn the tips off before you when they come into the ground? Because I remember when I was like, I did an hour long, like not an hour long. I did this thing. It was like a tasting session done at a hop farm there a couple of years ago. And they were saying that if they want to grow hops on the North American continent, they have to wait for the shoots to come up and then they burn it, and to get rid of this like fungus or something that grows on the surface of the ground, this black fungus, and then as it grows, so there's something weird about the topsoil.
Well, I don't see that where it is. Like where I grow it, it's on this slope that kind of in front of my house, where it's always constantly getting washed away. So I planted them there, and I put coffee in the soil to give it more acidic because they like that acidic soil.
Oh yeah.
And then when they first came up, a bunch of bull shoots, they call it, come up too. They're trying to find roots, right? Yeah. So you cut those off, and then you leave one main stalk. Now there's mildew problems that might come later, but since the soil is so drained, I might not have to worry about that.
Okay.
And then the other thing is, I'm not really a green thumb. All I know is my Chinook is already 3 feet tall, and I just planted it a little bit ago. So I hopefully they do good. That's
I'm just saying that forest green you're not talking about isn't because there's mildew on it. It's just because it's actually really dark green.
No, the Tettnanger came up about 2 weeks ago, and it is dark green. The leaves are like
nice
dark green. Like, I was like, this is the nicest.
If you have not done so,
they look like almost like.
You should do a video if you have not done so.
In mouth hands. Of webbed hands growing up from the ground. I'm like, this is dark green, like it's sick as shit coming out of the ground. I was like,
I do.
These are my
You got that baby poo green hops.
I do have to say, as an aside, like, just if anyone wanted to do anything like nefarious or creepy to Nick, all you need is a sign that says "Hop Farm Tasting Session," and then just an arrow pointing over to the bush, and he'll saunter right in there with a smile on his face.
Oh, like a hop tasting glory hole, you're saying? Like, oh, here.
Yeah.
You know what the funny story is that this hop farm that the hop farm that did this thing 5 years, it was 5 years ago because it was 2019 I did this. He packed up and he moved to PEI. He was the guy that used to. Scott, do you remember the guy that used to have a hop farm on Darling's Island? Darling's Island hops. Scott, you're muted.
Scott, you're getting fucked by.
I can barely hear you guys. It's like cutting out all the time.
Oh,
what was your question, Nick?
Do you remember the hop farm that was on Darling's Island? Yeah, it was run by like a guy whose day job was he was a surgeon at the hospital, and like his passion project was this hop yard in Darling's Island where he grew hops and was used in a bunch of local beers for a while. But he decided that like New Brunswick has got this problem with the mold or something that you have to burn off when you first get it, and the hops never really are 100% afterwards, I guess. So apparently they don't have this problem in PEI, so he fucked off to PEI. So he's not where he was.
The soil here in PEI is much, much different. Like, there's a lot more iron in it because that's what makes the red dirt.
Those PEI
potatoes. Runs
I could see, it runs red with.
Oh yeah, like PEI is really unique. Like the whole, like literally all the dirt's red. Like mud red. It's like sandstone everywhere.
I can see it being a little bit more
where I actually
a lot more iron.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. Yeah, I mean, where I live now,
I would think
we have acidic ground where it's the pH is more low, so we have to add extra acidity to get to where the hops are. So we live in what they call phoric. I think it's called phoric woods, where we have a lot of oak. Where the more fire tolerant woods are right now, but now we are transitioning because of time, literally of ages of time. We are transitioning to a mesic format where it's more water based because of the fact that the oaks are so big. They are shade tolerant oaks because the shade that they give. Now it's mesic. Now mesophoric. Now we're transitioning. It's a whole thing where we're transitioning to mesophoric land, where it's going to be more shade tolerant, water tolerant. It's going to fuck up the soil. So the soil that we have now,
like a lot more years though. Shouldn't that take like hundreds?
But
it's
gonna be a generation. Right now, the hops that I'm growing now, a generation. But right now. In that generation, I've already seen you don't have the oaks growing now. They're dying. Like even the young sapling oaks, they're coming up, but they're withering away. So it's I think it's too mesic now for even the oaks to hold. You know what I mean? So they're not going to grow up and become oaks. They're going to die. Yeah. So now we need to start adding more acidity. More nutrients to that land because the hops that I know want drier land that has more acids, more like the pine forest, right? But this is all oak and it's going to be lower. So we're just going to keep adding that now, but then we can back off later when they start fruiting. So hopefully I've only done minimum research, but so far it seems to be working.
That's cool.
Because I'm not a green thumb. I have no green thumbs.
But
none at all.
What I was trying to say about PEI is that literally the roads, like the mud roads, dirt roads, the mud everywhere there is actually literally bright red because of its.
Looks like bars.
Yeah, it's this and the eastern part of New Brunswick is like this too because it's all basically settled out of like a sandbar that raised out of the ocean, like because of tectonic forces and stuff, as it was smushed together when it met the African plate or something like that.
Part of the land.
Yeah, it's a little weird part of the world. Like they're saying, like eventually PEI will erode into the sea after millions of years.
Not soon enough, you fuckers.
Tell that to Scott. He wants you put your roots up in there.
Decided,
But the thing is, like PEI soil is actually really rich. It would be interesting to see what they can do with hops there.
I mean, off the island first.
I mean, there's plenty of hops. Like there's several hops farms on PEI, if I'm not mistaken, because breweries are always like sourcing their hops from places like local breweries around here have been like sourcing their stuff from Prince Edward Island or specific ones in Nova Scotia. Never heard of any from New Brunswick, of course, because fuck New Brunswick.
Well, there is a whole bunch of New Brunswick, but like local breweries around here seem to focus on them, like Southern Farms and.
The one thing I haven't heard you talk about very much was my area, especially in Pennsylvania, we're good for Pinot Noir grapes. Do you have a lot of grapevines there? Do you have a lot of Pinot Noir kind of thing?
We have Pinot Noir, but we have grapes here.
We have vineyards in Nova Scotia. We got the Jost winery. They grow their own grapes and everything.
Okay.
Cool story. It's believed that New Brunswick.
Yeah.
It's believed that New Brunswick is the legendary Norse land of Vinland. So.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
You probably are because you were there first. 1001 AD. Leif
Erikson discovered. He went south of the settlement in Newfoundland and discovered a place where grapes grow naturally. And
some Native Americans killed their asses and they left.
Pretty much. But
I like
that would perfectly describe the Acadian coast in New Brunswick that they found grapes there. So
I like that movie Valhalla Rising, which is about a bunch of Vikings.
About New Brunswick.
They come over to North America and they run into Native Americans, and there's this whole hallucinatory like sequences and shit in the film, and it's kind of like presented in a way of like, if you consider it Vikings going that far in that time frame over to North America is kind of the equivalent of like us trying to get to Mars today kind of thing. When you
Valhalla Rising is funny because the only thing some brawny fucker that shouldn't have been there went over to a tree and took a shit and then died.
Dysentery.
That's what I remember. That was my big moment from Valhalla Rising.
That's how we got like the genetically pure people like Redbeard survived. Like his ancestors were the ones that.
I didn't say that came from that. I'm just saying from the movie it was pretty funny.
Did Redbeard fuck off for good, or what happened there?
Yeah, he was tired. He went to
bed. Honestly, if he's that genetically great, he would still be here. So obviously he is tainted by some child of fucking
for a guy who's got pretty gifted genetics, like he's rarely sick. He's apparently doesn't get hangovers and shit. He's really bad on sleep. He doesn't get 7 hours. He doesn't get 8 hours of sleep. Then he's dead to the world.
I was gonna say more like 14 hours.
My internet's not doing that great.
The thing is,
I'm off video.
It's all good, Scott.
Nick, can I tell you a secret? Can I tell you a secret, Nick?
What?
Nick, he's talking to you through the internet, which is false.
And you've met him in real life. He doesn't. He's not the fucking the drinking king he claims to be. He is. He might have his own. He might have his own delusions.
Moderated.
Yeah, he might have his own delusions about his own abilities, but like we saw him hit the wall in New Brunswick, and he hit it fucking hard. He hits the wall harder than
I hit him. We saw him hit. Remember Breakwall where he was passed out after driving 8 hours? Like he hit the wall after that.
He also hit another wall, which was Scott's fucking backhand too.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, I think him and Guy drank like frat boys for 2 or 3 days. So I mean, I give him credit for that. I mean, if he was gonna hit the wall hard, yeah, that was what would cause it.
Yeah.
Probably wasn't the floor pizza.
No.
Yeah, my backhand put him out, didn't
good
it?
Times, good times, good.
Good
Yeah,
time.
he
said
gave him a nice working slap, and he didn't know how to deal with that.
Listen, he said he wanted the hardest I can give him. So
Working man
the
slap.
First one I gave him the first one I gave him a work slap, and then the second one I gave him the hard slap.
Yeah.
You didn't hit him?
Oh yeah.
Who slapped him?
A bunch of
We
us-
all did. He was like
slapped
asking for it. Like literally, he was like, "Here, slap me as hard as you can in the face."
I was gonna say who did
Yeah,
it?
I know you missed it,
No,
Paul.
you don't get drunk ass.
So,
It's on video.
Paul,
God.
All right.
It's on video. Nick,
Oh yeah, just look up the Quispamsis piss up on. I think it's on Nick's channel.
So speaking of PEI, Green Island from IPA from Trailway.
Trailway. So Paul,
Oh,
so
fuck you,
part
you
of my-
fairway, bitch.
part of my gimmick is I'm a professional wrestling referee. So I know how to slap people, and it sounds really bad, and it didn't feel a thing. So I work slapped Redbeard, and everyone's like,
You
"Oh,
hit
that's
Redbeard.
terrible!"
Oh my god.
And people are, and everyone's like, "Oh, that was terrible," and Redbeard's like, "He didn't touch me." I'm like, "Yeah, because I work slapped you," and then he's gabbing,
Work slap.
and then all of a sudden I slap him as hard as I can right across the face, and he's like, "Oh, that was terrible."
Yeah.
Then he went to lay down.
Wow. That's
Wow.
It was pretty fun. It was pretty
Wow.
Wow.
I used
Who's
to
a
do
good
a lot of backyard wrestling in the day, and I understand the importance between a slap and a work slap.
Yeah.
If the slap was okay, don't ask for the work slap, dick bag.
Oh, the other way around.
Yeah. No, I
If the
think
work
about
slap
it,
is okay,
Yeah.
don't worry.
No,
Don't ask for it.
yeah. If the work slap is okay, don't ask for the non-work slap. Like, don't do that.
The more I think about
Don't
it,
be
the
that
more-
guy.
the more I
Because
think
you're not going to like it.
The more I think I should have hit him harder.
I mean, after Nick sneezes, maybe Nick can show you.
Yeah, he's actually asking from slaps
Yeah.
for everybody.
Yeah, he was.
He's always claimed to slap everyone over the years, and I think when he finally came down to it, it's like, I want to be slapped. I want to be the cunt.
Dirty boy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh.
Nick, this is a general.
We were all
you could probably
cucking.
bring up. You could probably bring up that session.
Yeah, Nick, bring that up. Bring that
Go.
video up.
Oh, fuck, where was that one again?
Did
Probably Quispamsis piss up.
he hit anyone else? Did he slap anyone else? Or did he just
No,
take
it-
slaps?
No,
just
they were-
slap him.
No, he was like the girl wanting the gangbang at the sex club. Like he was just ready, and everyone lined up and did it.
Wow. That's called stupid.
I mean,
Listen, we don't judge. No judging, Paul.
No, I know. I get it. But
If he wants
to
to
get
do
slapped
that,
in the
Paul,
face, that's
if he wants to do that, then so be it.
I mean, there's a couple of
And-
streams if you look up Quispamsis piss up, but it's
listen, I'm
they're
a
long.
mark,
They're like
but I'm
3 hours
not
long.
a mark like fucking Redbeard. And
I
Redbeard
mean,
being
I understand.
a mark.
If I ask to get slapped, I mean, I'm gonna get slapped. But that's not a good idea, though. It's that's in drinks. I know you're
I
loose.
give him.
Let's
I
not do
gave
this.
him. I gave him the work. I gave him the work slap. I didn't want to really hurt him.
No.
And he complained, so I gave him the real slap.
Yeah.
He gave the real.
I mean, the math seems to check
Okay.
out.
Well, I get it. I get it.
I didn't
That's
want to
just-
hurt him either. My priorities were in other places. That
Yeah, you didn't have enough.
You didn't want to hurt him.
You didn't have enough blood going to your hand to hit him.
That's true.
And I did.
I mean,
Yes.
I get it. I mean, I
I think I got more
remember
blood
when I
going
was
to my dick.
24 and going to stock and getting beat over the head with a chair wrapped in barbed wire over and over again. And I didn't feel it. All that. I'd feel it right now. Don't do that to me. I think,
My last,
no, I would
last-
rather not that.
my last show, I got quote unquote punched in the face, where where it wasn't really a punch in the face. And I sold it and stuff, and went to the back, and the guy was like, "Oh my God, Scott, are you okay?" And I stand up and I give him the thumbs up. He's like, "Oh, okay." And so I talked to my buddy. I was like, I told him the story, and he's like, "Oh fuck, you worked him. you worked the guy that punched you." I'm like, yeah.
Hey, if you sold it that good,
Yeah,
yeah.
of course, man. Last time I got shot that I know, it was it was funny. The guy came back. He hit me with a tray, like a fucking baking tray. He hit me, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. I sold it. Sold it, whatever. So he came by, he jumped in the air, and he shot me right in the corner of the eye with the baking tray. I'm like, and wow. And I sold it, and I choke slammed him through something, and then it was in the middle of the match, and then you saw the video, and you can see all the blood vessels broken up in my eyes because of him in the through the baking tray. I'm like, wow.
Why?
It was like, yeah.
Why?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. Now, if you'd done this now, Tony Khan would have signed you immediately. But
I know, but that's not a thing back in the day.
The thing is,
I didn't feel shit. And
the thing
actually, the guy that was mentoring me then, he actually yelled at me more about. He's like, oh, yeah, watch your choke slam, and he showed the choke slams down. He goes, you grabbed him, you really grabbed him, and then you took him up, and then I'm like, he goes, here's his little piggies dangling in the air while you're choking the shit out of him. And then you threw him to the ground, but then you kept on going, like you did a golf swing, because you wanted to make sure this guy went all the way down to the ground. I'm like, and? He goes, nothing, I'm just saying. Like, he's like, you just fucked him up. I'm like, yeah, I know, too. Look at my eyeballs.
Yeah.
In the professional wrestling industry, you have their money. You need to do as least work as possible. You're not going to, if you do more work than you need to, you're wasting people's lives for the same amount of money.
It's a work.
The object is, it's a work. The object is to do the least amount of work to get the most amount of money.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And so, when the guy hit me, and I sold it, he didn't hit me hard. He hit me in a safe spot. I sold it. I went all the way back, and he's like, "Oh my God, Scott, you okay?" Right on, brother. He's like, "Oh, okay, you're all good." I'm like, "Listen, you did the right thing. I sold your punch, and I didn't go back out after that."
So was he like a younger, like newer wrestler or something like that? Like, was he?
No, he was an old hand.
Was he?
He had
okay.
All kinds of experience. Oh yeah, he had all kinds of experience.
So,
okay, because
technically speaking, like if you're a heel though, a bump and heel, you need to do the most amount of work with the least impact possible.
No, you don't. No, I can.
If you want to sell, like. No, I can get hit. Like, and I'm like, oh wow, but I just fall over.
I'm trying to find the.
That's not a lot.
Look how happy Lee looks. Nick, you got enough tabs open there, buddy?
Fuck. There we go.
He's pretty happy.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it. This is the one where, I think this is where Lee slaps Carrie.
I'm assuming so, based on.
The stream.
I love how you just start sizing him up.
I think if I watch the stream, my goddamn thing will feed. All I was saying is, like, when I was a bump and heel, like, when I'd bump over the goddamn place for whatever the guy would hit me.
That was a fucking whippy ass fucking.
He wasn't even trying.
I know with meat hooks like yours, you can do better than that, and you probably do in a few seconds.
I'm trying to load the stream. There's Redbeard. So he just shut it off.
Also, Lee's taller than I expected. He's almost as tall as Redbeard.
Yeah, Redbeard's not as tall as everyone says he is.
Maybe you're just taller than you think you are.
Nick, I can't hear the stream.
I don't have any audio on from the stream.
6'4".
All this talk about slapping Redbeard, does anyone actually want to slap Redbeard in the face?
That's the fastest I've ever seen Nick.
Because I kind of do.
I mean, I think we all can.
No, well, I mean, I would now. I actually kind of want to slap it now.
Beer Patrol.
Yeah.
Beer Patrol can't wait for me to go to the
There's Lee.
and find out my
Yeah,
jaw's
there's
broken.
G.
There's Nick showing Lady Lee a picture of his dick.
Play it again.
Probably.
Play it again, Nick.
Like I won't be all nice like Scott though. Like Scott kind
I'm
of.
saying that's that dick picture.
I know you're here to spend time with Lee, but just so you know, this is what my dick looks like.
Yeah, I want hood grease to come out of Redbeard's ears when I slap him, like from 5 years ago.
All I know is I just want to get to the point where I can hug Lee again.
Yeah, it's been,
Paul, you should start a beer fest.
yeah, Pennsylvania Beer
I'll
Fest.
come visit you.
Hey, Lee, like
You'll host the PA Brewers Pennsylvania Beer Fest, and it'll be in Niagara Falls.
Yeah, including Lee, who will definitely get on a plane.
Oh,
That was pretty good.
That was a nice, like, kind of
Ooh.
Oh, come on.
Do you have my slap? Do you have my slap?
I don't know, man. It's like digging through a needle in a haystack in this video, man.
I mean, wasn't the slapping kind of like a bukkake thing? Like everyone just took their turn one after another?
Beard cocky.
Oh, man. It's hard to, like, close fist, punch him in the face. Okay.
Just
Shut up.
straight to the nose.
For Lee to turn heel and punch him square in the face. Yeah, I'm waiting for Lee to turn heel right now. Just punch him square in the fucking face.
I mean, I
No,
verbally
he
turned
never
heel
got
on Curry
punched.
at a point. I don't know if that's still on video, but
He never had a punch.
and Lee in the frame at the same time. Nick, you say when? 3,
It's like shooting a porn.
1.
Yeah.
All right, let's get the money shot.
You can
Yeah,
hear
you
the
got the
camera
money shot
going.
Yeah.
No, this is a weird.
You smacked my nose a bit too.
Beard cocky.
Now
All right, what do we got?
Beard
I
cocky.
don't want to be the creep in the group, but just like I just want to point out some sexy stuff. And if you look in the background,
Yeah.
Do you see
Humble brag.
just the way, like wait until Redbeard's out of the way. Do you see? Wait.
Yep.
Incredible. I'm actually not gonna lie.
Wait.
Look at these legs.
How
Yep.
how Guy is just kind of leaning over to the right, and he's like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that fucking
Creeper.
French.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a French man like that. I don't know. It's just.
Creeper with a video.
Well, it turns out he's got a like a upper back fetish. He's totally filming Lady Lee right now.
I mean, Lady Lee's got a very muscular upper back.
And the
No,
Frenchman knows it.
I tell you what, if I almost want to get like the point where I meet Redbeard, I just slap him as hard as I can.
You should.
Like, oh, hi, brother.
It's almost to be expected at this point.
Slap the fuck out of him.
Wait, was I trying to slap
Yeah.
someone?
God, I must have been.
I didn't know you. I don't know. I didn't know you had a Redbeard slap fest.
Like, I haven't
Yeah,
This
it
is
was
funny.
It was good time. It was good times.
Do you have the video of when Scott slapped him?
That's what I'm looking for. It's in here somewhere. It's not like we made a compilation video of
He's
slaps.
hitting himself.
I mean, we totally should.
You should have made it. You have failed, Nick. You have failed.
Is Guy wearing jorts?
No, I think he pulled his pants up.
Jorts? Oh,
Yeah, no, he's just wearing a 5-year-old pants.
You Jimmy.
No, I think I slapped after
Dave
Lee
is
did.
the OG, man.
I don't think I slapped before Lee. I think I slapped after Lee.
Did Guy actually talk to anybody?
Were you
Or
at the same
was
place?
he just on his phone the whole time?
Pretty much.
Guy, get off your phone. There's people in the room.
Yeah, communicate.
Slapping each other.
Yeah, I
it was
think
a-
it's
He was
after.
just getting
beautiful-
pictures.
there's a beautiful woman right in front of you.
Yeah,
God damn it, Guy. Fuck, I want to slap Guy now.
I must have been fucking 300 pounds at that point. Holy fuck.
I think it's near the end there, Nico.
Have you slimmed down a little bit there, Lee?
I've definitely slimmed down quite a bit from there.
Oh,
Holy fuck.
Good. Yeah, good for you.
That was
Hey,
kind of like.
I was gonna say you're looking good in your new Canada hoodie there, buddy. I like that hoodie you got.
Thank you. Yeah, no. After I fucking fucked up my knee and shit, I just like put on the weight for a couple of years.
Is your knee
Oh,
doing better now?
My knee's pretty good now, and especially since I lost some weight. It's like way better.
Yeah, that'll help.
I remember you talking about it. Was it like a twist, or what? What did you do to it?
Yeah, I got a meniscus tear, and then I re-injured it like twice within the same winter. So it was
There's
like
Guy.
Yeah.
There's Guy.
There's Guy right
the
there.
recovery time was like quite a bit.
I luckily haven't had knee problems, but in the past I've had ankle, pretty much kind of the same sounding kind of stuff, where like within 6 months I fucked up both my ankles and just kind of twisted them and like tear, and nothing broken, just like it took a while to get better. And it sucked. It really fucking slows you down so much.
To answer Scott's thing about was he there, I think you left part way through the thing. Or did you show up late?
There's a different video.
I showed up late.
There's a video with Scott there that Nick has a red shirt on.
Yeah, I don't think it's this one. Let me see.
Well, no, the one you're showing Scott's not in at all, but I'm trying to see if there's any Scott hitting Redbeard.
I'm there.
Yeah, this is the other. This is the night where Redbeard left to go puke.
The floor pizza did it.
Swimming black in this one.
The floor pizza, yeah.
Ah, that happens.
Yeah, so it's not. It's got to be at the beginning of the night because Redbeard was not feeling good.
Scotch we heavy. Yeah. Bourbon something. 306. Bourbon porter.
Sparkle puff shirt. It's awesome.
For Imperial Dumpster. Scotty 2 Hottie Ale.
He paid me to do that.
Oh shit.
Oh, is this where the slap is?
We can't. There's security cameras and we were thinking about it. Then we saw the 2 security cameras. What's everybody think? Is there any specific crazy notes you're gonna have? Lots of fine.
Oh, we're actually talking about the beer.
Yeah.
You guys are a bunch of losers.
Yeah, what, were we doing fucking beer reviews?
Yeah.
It almost feels like
Oh,
Jeez.
yeah. There.
Yeah, that was about to say like. This is for you, buddy.
There we go. Oh.
Oh, that was the real one. No, you got to go back.
All right, let's see that again.
You got to go back. That was the real one.
That's where you clipped him in the nose with it.
Yeah.
He actually said, I think that one hurt.
Yeah.
There we go. Was this still Google Hangouts when we first met Lee?
What? No, I think it was dead.
I thought it was StreamYard. I think it was like when COVID hit, we met Lee.
Yeah, Google Hangouts was dead by like 2018 or something like that.
I think 2019 is when it died. I think it was right after the last Albino Around Beer Fest.
Yeah, here's where I slapped where I slapped him in the face.
Ready? Yeah. Holy fuck!
Yeah, he's actually used his other hand to hit the.
Not really. What I'm saying. Not saying? No, not in. Don't knock me.
Wait, do people want to see the actual clap? Then you have to switch hands.
All right.
Lady Lee wants to make sure there's a good angle.
This is for you, buddy. Keep.
That's it.
Now Nick's just winding up to punch him.
Yeah, I'm winding up. I want to take a shot. Is that when we did our hangout at my house a couple, like the night before, he let me slap him like twice.
He's got a fetish.
Yeah.
It's like a weird spider monkey.
Get the wind up.
See?
Oh, that was off the head.
Oh, man. I don't know. It keeps going.
Well, wasn't there another slap Scott did that hit him real hard that
No.
later because you were drunk?
I thought there was one he got him in the ear.
I pretend slap Nick.
Good God, God.
Scott never really given Nick a good slap.
Scott taps me in the gut. Fuck you.
Maybe give Nick a little ball slap.
He like slaps me in the gut and then I have to go pee.
Well, there he goes.
It's your weakness.
Yeah, Jesus. My weak kidneys.
All right.
That's Nick's kryptonite.
That's enough
All
of
right.
that.
That's enough of that. All right.
What are you taking off? Sorry.
Wouldn't you like to know? Where's the
Well, maybe Greg will.
It's the frat house. Everything's coming off.
Oh yeah.
Jamie's drinking some good shit right now.
Well, Scott needs to put a cork in his butt so he doesn't get violated at night.
There you go.
Right.
It's a frat house.
Well, no.
They're gonna Phi Beta Kappa you.
I can't do that. They're just gonna shove it more in higher.
You're gonna be a Phi Beta male.
Right. See you guys.
See you,
Bye.
Bye.
Fuck you, Scott.
You're on a
Fuck you,
He
Scott.
says he leaves. Fuck you.
Fuck you, Scott.
I didn't mean it.
Love you, Scott. Paul. Holy fuck, is that a long ass pipe? Like a fucking Gandalf, the fucking PA brute.
Now he has to read something in a different language and play the flute with the other side of his mouth.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean, we just have to. We have to do shit like that.
Say something about the Bagginses.
Dildo Baggins.
Better luck.
Are you actually smoking out of that? Are you actually smoking?
Do you know why the evil Bilbo Baggins?
Yeah, he's gonna be sitting there with his long ass pipe, look like a fucking wizard, and there's bubbles coming out of it.
Yeah,
this like blows bubbles out of his pipe.
Old hobbits die hard.
Old hobbits die hard.
Old hobbits die. He's a hobbit from the hood.
Oh, I heard old strumpets die hard.
That too.
What?
I just heard strumpet. I thought someone used strumpet. It's a great word.
You old strumpet bastard. I've been having a really hard time with my match pack.
Here you go, Paul.
And my daughters being bastards.
I wish there was some, like, the way Discord works, as soon as I click on this, it's gonna put the live screen that I've got into some weird... Anyway, I'm just gonna hit this.
Appellation, the origin control. Élevé et mise no butter. Élevé et mise in bottles par Louis Jadon. Appellation, the origin. Appellation, the origin control.
It's on loop.
Élevé et mise no butter. Élevé et mise in bottles par Louis Jadon. Appellation, the origin.
Was that you, Jamie, that made that clip?
Of course.
I was looking for... Didn't you use that in one of the Well and Piss Up videos? I thought you did. I was looking for one of the videos, anyway.
I'd have to look through them. I think there was one video where... Oh, man, I can't remember. I'll have to look through that. I'm not sure. I don't remember. pale ale, West Coast style.
From Stillwell Brewing.
Nice. I wish I could get more shit from them.
You can order from them now.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, they deliver all through the Maritimes, Canada wide, I think even.
That's something I gotta do. I gotta look up all, like, usually it's only the Nova Scotia breweries that'll ship here. Like, a lot of the Ontario breweries, I don't think they will ship here.
Yeah, no, Nova Scotia, I'm pretty sure Stillwell will, and Tatamagouche will ship to you too. So.
All right, so what I had tonight, these two beers, I actually preferred the first beer that I had. So one thing I'd like to do is the next time actually swap them, and have this one first, and then have the new beer next, and see which one I like first. Which one I like more?
Honestly, I think
currently I actually Paul, I actually like the new beer. I like it more than this one. I enjoyed it more.
So, hey Lee,
yeah,
that Bishop Cellar, you have to get that from within Nova Scotia, don't you? Like, that doesn't ship to New Brunswick.
I don't know if they ship to New Brunswick or not.
It says delivery anywhere in Nova Scotia. It says, so I'm thinking.
Okay, so they don't have a Canada-wide option or anything like that. God damn it. That sucks, but
that used to be one of like the premium store. That's like where the places where me and Heistel Mighty used to get all of our beers back in the early days of my channel.
Well, try the Harvest wine beer.
Oh, Harvest Wines and Spirits, and then there's like Rockhead or something.
I don't know about that one, but Harvest Wine Spirits they might ship.
Is Harvest Wines the one that's? Is Harvest Wines the one that's in the Dartmouth Sobeys or something?
Might be. I don't know exactly where it is.
I'll have to look. Dartmouth Wines, where are they located?
But anyway, like, yeah, I think pretty much almost every fucking brewery in Nova Scotia ships at this point, unless they're like a small nano brewery or something like that.
Yeah, so Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, Harvest Wines and Spirits, conveniently located at the Sobeys in Russell Lake.
Okay.
Aptly named.
Yeah, aptly named after the best Russell.
Right.
Yep.
Sipsmith London dried gin. Depends what they carry though. They carry a lot of Nova Scotia stuff.
So like if you order from Stillwell, they basically got like I think 5 beers. Basically, is all they do. And Tatamagouche, if you order from them, they seem to have like a new thing every fucking month, and they have a bunch of standards as well, right? So you can like do a nice varied order of Tatamagouche. Like I've got a Tatamagouche box coming, hopefully by Friday. And
what about that?
I get a 2-4 of Maclay's. Get a 2-4 of Maclay's Pale Ale.
Yeah, Maclay's. Haven't heard that name in a while. What were we asking, Paul?
I got pee. Every minute.
That big Imperial Stout from Tatamagouche.
Really good. You would consider it a bit thin, but 11.5%, full of like just big fruit notes, dark chocolate, some nice like those like liquor candies you can buy during Christmas and stuff that they sell and shit like that, like big on that kind of taste, and just overall like really smooth drinking, and just it's one of those dangerous 11.5% beers where it's like.
I mean, honestly, Tatamagouche sounds fucking solid as shit. Like they just nail everything they try to do.
We should do a beer old-fashioned beer tube beer trade at some point, Paul, and I can send you some Tatamagouche.
If we can, yeah, I'd send some stuff up your way. All the juicy hazies though. So you're
now.
Oh, so you don't want me to ever talk to you again, is what you're saying?
You know I love you, brother.
Yeah.
I'd send you some good shit.
I know you would.
You and I have the same palate, so I think we'd be fine with that.
Dead hookers and imperial stouts, and West Coast IPA.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Damn right. Then the finest pop tobacco, baby.
I haven't had any pipe tobacco since I was in my early 20s, I think. Yeah.
Well, this makes me more regal. So that was my status. It ups my constitution points in D&D style.
I had a brief period in my life where I did some smoking, but it was just like cigars and pipe tobacco and stuff like that for a little while.
Oh. Small smoke a cigar now.
Mine's very, very, very rare. Mine's very, very rare.
Although since cigar prices have gone sky high, I'm just like, nah, I'm not paying that kind of money.
This right here is like $7 for 2 or 3 ounces of pipe tobacco, which is more than enough to last me for a month.
Honestly,
or more.
All right, Greg, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say my mom went to Cuba something like 6 months ago, and I asked her to just grab me a few cigars, and she like messaged me from Cuba. She's like, "Yeah, all these cigars I used to buy you for $20 a pop, they're now $100 each. You still want me to buy any?" I'm like, "Nah, I'm good, thanks."
Jesus. Yeah, no.
No, it's now legal to go there whenever you want to, so it's going to jack the prices up.
Honestly, I just keep hoping my NSLC eventually gets like upgraded to having a cannabis section as well, just so I can.
That's what I do for a living now.
Partake a little bit in some edibles and some smokables and shit like that. I haven't done that in Jesus Christ.
That's not available to you anywhere?
It is in certain NSLCs in Nova Scotia, just not any like super close to me that I can easily access. So.
Oh wow! It's most places are it's like every fucking corner there's a place now. Crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, the NSLC, you know, they've got an authoritarian lockdown on who can sell booze and who can sell pot in Nova Scotia. So they pretty much decide. It's like those private stores that I was talking to Nick about. Those are only in existence because the NSLC said, okay, maybe we'll let them be there because we recognize that stuff in the metro area, people maybe want a bit more diversity in their liquor and beer selections than we can provide them.
Yeah, and that's better than what New Brunswick's got because we don't have any of that shit. New Brunswick's got such an iron fucking tight cunt grip on the fucking beer scene in New Brunswick. It's just ridiculous. And the New Brunswick beer scene in New Brunswick is failing because of it. Yeah. And I'm not afraid to say that. I'm not afraid to fucking say that. I will say it. Like right now, they got anybody who wants to list a new from any brewery here wants to list a new product in the AMBL. They have to go through like a 5-6 month approval process. So that really kills like what seasonal someone wants to be available, like what beer you want to have come out that meets with the latest trends. They have to go through this stupid approval process thanks to the fucking people who basically getting politically appointed positions at the NB Liquor for all this shit. So, I feel like this overall, like provincial beer organizations like that have to go. Like we need a system that's like Quebec or Alberta. And it's all just like post-prohibition bullshit from like the early 1920s. Like it's basically the liquor controls all. The liquor commission controls all the alcohol in the province because it's the next best thing from complete prohibition. So we're gonna regulate it.
Well, beyond that, like if Lee does want to try the Devil's Lettuce, I recommend he watches like Reefer Madness, a few of the military.
Reefer Madness! That's a great documentary.
Just to make sure that you know what you're getting into.
Imagine Lee's tried the Reefer Madness.
Hold the fuck on. Let me stop you there, Jamie. I'm well indoctrinated on the Reefer Madness, quote unquote. I used to
Don't take me for a conjurer of cheap tricks.
Exactly. If I had the pipe right now, I'd spout that line. I, sir, was doing fucking hot knives off of my
Tony
friend's
pizza
stove with fucking hash oil when I was a fucking teenager. I've been involved a little bit.
I'm the only one in this chat who's never done any of that. And
Really?
now it's funny because I work for a person who does
I was gonna say you work for them.
I have no desire to do that or anything else.
It's fun, but it's a thing.
It is what it is. I mean, I don't think it's an illicit drug.
Nick, don't worry, you're not the only one who's ever surprised when I say I've never done that. And I work at a place that
I'm
does
just
that,
saying
but
it's
everyone does it
nothing.
all the
It's
time.
just like virgins specializing sex, like somebody putting it on a fucking pedestal. I'm like, okay, it's not really no judgment, but at the same time, it's nothing special either.
No, fuck you. I have sex on a very regular basis. I still put it on a pedestal.
Well, I'm just saying, smoking weed is not exactly shooting heroin into your veins.
No,
I disagree. I think it is. I think I've seen the people that are addicted to pot. I know it's not an addiction, but they do it religiously. And if they don't do it,
like Carrie, who uses it as a bong as a breathing device.
You smoke too much weed, you'll lose your hair and grow a ginger beard.
Yes, exactly.
Well,
you get it. You get it.
Hey,
you'll keep your teeth though.
All I know is I smoked pot once, and then I moved to Alberta. So.
Oh, fuck! You smoked it once, and you
it.
became even more conservative, so you had to move to Alberta.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Damn.
Horror story. Jamie smoked one little. He smoked one jazz cigarette.
Just once.
Then he started crazily playing piano. In Reefer Madness.
Honestly, it wasn't even that. I walked into a room where people were, like, air quotes, partying, and I sneezed, and it got in there.
Oh my god!
Like, listen, Jamie. This is fucking serious because this could have long-term effects on your health. Like, this could come back up when you're 60. So, how many marijuana?
You might have marijuana's flashbacks.
Oh no!
Like,
how many? Can Jamie show us on the marijuana where the marijuana touched him?
Well, honestly, like when I came into that party that I didn't know it was one of those parties, and I sneezed. I'm guessing like 1-2 handfuls of marijuanas.
Oh no!
Like
that is.
It was a big sneeze where you like and that
Jamie,
like.
Jamie,
this is cool. This is actually pretty cool.
Jamie, I like
Back in 1999, right at the end of this life.
I'm a little worried about my future. I'm not sure.
Now your future's gone. Like you forget about schooling. It's just not going to work.
So Jamie, my first question is: do you have an insurance policy on your life that will take care of your wife and your children? Like, do you have that in place?
You're saying I have those? I kind of honestly forgot all about any of that stuff. The marijuana has rotted my brain. I don't know.
I don't know how to break this to you, Jamie, but you're probably going to die within 5 years, and your family is going to be destitute without you as a
Wow.
support.
Oh man.
Don't worry. I mean, I'm sure Dan will be happy to adopt them.
Yeah, he's taking on families like they're fucking rats from another sinking ship into his ship.
I mean, Dan's second wife's just about to leave him anyway, so he's interviewing for number 3.
You know, Dan's gonna probably watch this. He's gonna see that. He's gonna.
That's good. That's good. He can post a "fuck you, Greg" and then move on with his life.
There you go.
He could post that in between the obscure.
That's what everybody should do.
Anyway.
That's what everybody should do. Post a "fuck you, Greg." The "fuck you, Greg" is a rate of.
Don't worry, guys. I didn't actually. I was being facetious. I didn't actually bust into any of those jazz parties.
Oh,
it was all good. Yeah, it was.
Oh, I hope Jamie didn't have.
Totally worried about that.
You actually didn't dance with Mary Jane that night.
No.
I am relieved to hear
you didn't have that last dance with Mary Jane. One more time to kill the pain. You feel summer creeping in and I'm tired of this town again.
Oh man, I love
You know
Gary
what?
Nicky.
If you actually sung anywhere near as close to Tom Petty, I probably actually like Tom Petty.
Tom Petty, if he has been buried, is rolling in his grave.
No, fuck him anyway, you piece of shit.
Boo. I like Tom Petty. What was I going to say?
So what?
I was just saying, like, everybody should say "fuck you, Greg," and just once and keep moving on. It's like a procession in a church. It's like paying your rites of passage and then moving on.
You need to go biking, and at the beginning of your biking journey, you say "fuck you, Greg," and then you.
Yeah, but the guy that says "fuck you, Greg" on all my videos moved to PEI.
You can still go biking. You bike to PEI, he bikes to New Brunswick, and then you guys meet in the middle.
I should do that again, like move to the midpoint of the ride, just say "fuck you, Greg" in the video, and then
there you go.
It's incentive. Have to go further.
Everyone is happy. Everyone is happy when they fuck Greg. I have 100% approval rate.
One, yes, I'm going to slide into Greg one point in time in my life. But number two,
there we go.
Lee, what are you drinking? Lee, what are you drinking?
So
Where are you
I
drinking?
moved from the Imperial Stout, and before that I had the Stillwell Best Bitter. Now I have the Stillwell West Coast Style Pale Ale.
Ooh.
So it's basically just like...
West Coast Style Pale Ale, baby daddy. Yeah.
So it's like 5.4%, so it's basically West Coasty-ish IPA, but not quite IPA.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
So
it's not super dank, but there's like a little bit of dank creeping in.
I feel dank creeping in, and I'm tired of this beer again.
So
I gotta go. If you guys are still around, I'll be back in like 20 minutes. If not, cheers, motherfuckers.
Okay.
Cheers.
You know what?
I'll probably take us offline in 20 minutes.
Love you,
Drinking a low ABV Saison, Albino Reno will be pissed.
Are you drinking a low ABV?
Well, as low as 4.4% is Saison Libre from Quebec.
No, that's good.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, high.
Are you
ABV
allowed on the internet?
Oh, right. It's like high ABV Saisons aren't a thing because Saisons are supposed to be beers that the farm workers can't get drunk on.
High ABV Saisons are a provision ale. That's different. Come on now. You know that.
I mean, as much as you go to the history of Saisons and farmhouse ales and shit like that, and it's like, yes, they were generally traditionally brewed lower alcohol and shit because it's like substitute for water, given the farmhands. Whatever the fuck the whole history is.
Yeah, it was just for replacement of water.
At the same time, they're a style that has no real fucking... It's a style that has no real honest definition to it, really, like, when you think about it, because they're just, like, trying to collect a bunch of, like, beers that were traditionally brewed in whatever fucking podunk farm in, like, Belgium or whatever, that no one actually knows any real history about. They just, from what people told them and shit, for the most part. And it's like you're trying to make that an actual official style where they were probably like wildly different beers because it was like you're brewing with whatever you have on your farm, basically. Kind of thing.
You got to keep in mind that a lot of these beer styles pretty much disappeared.
I guess I'm just one of those people.
Jamie!
Hi,
Jamie!
I guess I'm just one of those people that likes my farm workers to not be all fucked up on high ABV Saisons. Like, maybe Lee... He's one of those, he wants to make jokes, like he comes out to the farm field and, oh, he's a nice guy. He's armless.
Fucking guys making manual labor on the farms.
Get it? Armless.
Fucking
Armless.
losers.
He got his fucking arms cut off.
He's armless.
Yeah, because he was drinking high ABV Saisons. God damn it. Why are you gonna...
He shook hands with danger and got his arms chopped off in the machine.
Shake hands with danger. Shook hands with danger on a grain thresher.
Yeah.
And, by drinking high ABV Saisons.
Yeah. Jamie Zinger drunk at high ABV Saison before he decided to work with the farm machinery. What he didn't realize is he was shaking hands with danger.
Shake hands with danger. But you got to keep in mind
there's
that
a reason. There's a reason Saisons need to be low ABV.
One of the things is like a lot of these beer styles are the result of beers that almost got wiped out in the entire like malaise period of the mid 20th century, where beers basically were just lagers. Like
styles just because nerds like did research.
Yeah, we did research and revived them. I mean, look at Hoegaarden. That's a case of reviving a dead style of the wit beer.
Thank God Hoegaarden is here, because go fuck yourself.
Yeah, well, I mean, Hoegaarden is actually dead now. Like the stuff they call Hoegaarden these days doesn't exist. It's not the same beer anymore.
I don't even know if I can get Hoegaarden here anymore.
I mean, it's just
Well, I hope you don't for your sake.
Since they got bought out and shit, it's just like they're not the same beer anymore.
Well, Hoegaarden for a while.
Honestly, like, it's a 4% beer that tastes like a 1% beer.
Yeah, I can't get it anymore. Like Hoegaarden for a while though, like they took production out of the original town of Hoegaarden once AB InBev bought them, and then there was like a big backlash for changing the recipe and the town won out. They actually went back to the original recipe, but if you notice, it's kind of disappeared again. So
yeah, no,
production's been moved out again.
They went back to egg manufacturing, and now Hoegaarden tastes.
I haven't had Hoegaarden in a while, but I remember it was basically syrup.
And honestly, I mean, I definitely say like it's always horrible when you lose history like that. But maybe it's history we shouldn't have kept in the first place.
I don't know. I like the original Hoegaarden, but Hoegaarden these days tastes worse than fucking Blue Moon. So.
Well, that's just it. Like, but before they fucking cheapened the fucking beer to favor profits over product, it was a superior. It was actually one of those few macro beers that was superior to most of the actual beers being made like it.
Well, the problem is that's the thing is once you get into that macro area, they only want profit. They don't care about.
Well, that's it. It stemmed the tide for a little while, and then it just eventually died.
And of course, I'll also say it's probably a little bit nostalgia on my part because like Hoegaarden was my first wheat beer I ever drank, and it was like,
right.
It was a whole like, oh, beer can taste like this. This is different, interesting.
I mean,
definitely a gateway beer.
As stupid as it sounds, I mean, this sounds stupid.
Which one?
But I still remember when Stella Artois was a big deal in my area. Like, ooh, Stella Artois. Like, oh wow, this is it comes with its own glasses. Like, it had the own labels, and like it was because you either had Yinling or Stella Artois. I'm like, oh, I'll try Stella Artois. This sounds interesting. You know what I mean? Like, ooh, this is nice. And I'm like, it's just the shit lager. You know what I mean? But at the time,
Stella Artois has great marketing.
Yeah.
Great brand.
Yeah.
I remember, like, for me...
I'll still drink a Stella, though. Like, honestly, I don't... Yeah. It doesn't taste like shit to me. Like, I'll
drink it, but it's just a macro lager.
It's just like Moose said. I mean, it's just a macro lager. But I mean, like I remember,
but it's not bad.
My gateway was Guinness because it was the first time I had anything that was different than like a Molson or a Budweiser or a Moosehead or something like that. Alpine. And it was just like one of those. The first one where I was like, whoa, beer doesn't have to taste like pissy bread flavored, like almost like a combination of bread and urine. Like, it doesn't have to taste like this shit. So it was like a gateway thing. And yeah, bread and urine. Because, I mean, before, with like anytime I wanted to get drunk, I was always drinking like more harder stuff like rum and whiskey. Because, every time I got drunk, it was around Scott. Because, but when I discovered that, go figure.
Are you saying Scott is a black cock loving alcoholic?
I think you put a couple more qualifiers in there.
I would say he's definitely alcoholic. I mean, I would say
black cock loving alcoholic.
Jesus Christ. Okay. I was trying to say is like when I discovered beer could taste like actually something different and something interesting. That's kind of where I bailed and decided to try something different. Like when I started getting more and more into craft beers was Guinness. Then I started trying local craft breweries from like Pump House and Picaroons, and that was it.
I mean, how sad does this sound? Where it's like first couple like different tasting beers I had, like I would, you know, Guinness was one of them definitely, and like Boddingtons of all fucking things, which is just
I remember Boddingtons, yeah,
which is just like shaving cream lager in a can basically. But
but it had this nice like light honey taste to it. It was still different than your like Molson.
Yeah. It was still.
I remember mine. I only drank European lagers.
You only drank urine,
for example. I only drank European lagers, and then I went to this European, whatever beer fest or whatever, and then I saw the sign, and it said "Old Heathen." I'm like, oh fuck yeah, that's my kind of shit, right? So I walk over, and they're still setting up, and I have one. I'm like, the big Imperial style, right? I'm like, fuck yeah! Like, where is it? What country is this from? And he goes, PA. We're here. Like, this is a local beer. I'm like, what did you just say?
Wait, what?
and then I'm like, no, we don't make Pennsylvania beer here. We have Yinling. And they go, no, we're here in local PA. And I'm like, oh shit! And everything changed that day. Everything in my brain changed that day, and then that's the day. I was like, you know what? I need to do PA brew news. I need to look around Pennsylvania and find brews to review. And then I had...
You're like, my two great loves are now from Pennsylvania. We make zombie movies and we make beer.
Exactly. Let's do this. Let's go hardcore. And then I found Java Head from Trogs, and I was like, I can drink this beer. I can talk about this beer. Okay, let's do a review. And that's where my first review ever came from, was Java Head, where I could talk about the beer. I'm like, I'm getting something. I'm getting this note. I'm getting this. And then from then on, 12 years later, I'm still a failure. So congratulations.
I mean, most original beer tubers are. It's fine. I mean, but at
the same time, most original beer tubers are either dead or above 1,000. So I'm still I have my award.
What's in the fridge today?
I'm not an original beer tuber. I'm over 1,000. Hardly anybody watches my channel.
Yeah,
anymore.
but I'm the longest running beer tuber on YouTube, under 1,000 subscribers, and none of you fuckers are ever going to take that away from me.
Hey man, I subscribe to your channel. I'm pretty sure Lee does and Greg does, but I mean, it's criminal. You're criminally underrated, man. You have a fucking.
This is my badge.
You have a fucking amazing palate, man. I know you do.
I know, but I love my little award I gave myself. The longest running brew tuber, under 1,000 subscribers. I gave it to myself, and I love it.
Well, at some point, people are gonna have to fucking.
I'm closing the channel.
At some point, people are gonna have to fucking mess that up for you. You're gonna shut it down, Sushi. You're gonna stop paying all those free subs.
I know. I mean, if you gotta be a better beer tuber like Greg's beer reviews, where he bought half his subs. So,
there you go.
Well, we're gonna see what's in the PA tube today.
He probably bought enough subs to spring himself into the YouTube algorithms, and as soon as that took on, he gained a public following.
He didn't buy enough sprung to spring him back to life.
Yeah,
but well, not just in real life, but in this channel too. Because here's the thing: the irony of that was, he sprung himself into the algorithm, but the algorithm changed, and it was like, we don't care about beer content anymore, so fuck you.
Oh yeah, now it's like beer's too much related to adult content. So yeah, I lost my monetization. I think Lee, you lost yours, didn't you?
I didn't lose mine. I quit mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because I wasn't. Because it was like.
Here's the thing: there's moms, right?
Mm-hmm.
That go up and make a video, go bra or no bra. Well, you know they're not going to show a tit, but they have 1.2 million views in a week.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're the outline of the tits there.
How can you fucking fight against it? Like,
no, you can't.
This is pathetic. It's pathetic, though. Like, It's just some hot single mom that's in her 40s or upper 50s, jingling her fucking milk saggers around, knowing that you're never gonna fucking show her tit anyway. But see, they still get 2.5 million views in a week. I'm like, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know. I can't.
They don't even have the fucking decency to get the fuck off YouTube and go to OnlyFans. They gotta fucking fuck it for us.
Exactly.
Or maybe they do have an OnlyFans
Exactly.
and they do
Fuck
this on
you.
the side. You know, like they post videos. They have a video file from whatever the shit they've done. They just upload it to YouTube.
Honestly, most OnlyFans models.
I'm just saying the majority of women should be killed. But I just said it out loud because I'm angry.
Honestly, most
I'm bitter.
Most hot models on OnlyFans, they do their preview stuff on Instagram. Because it's like, oh,
they're mostly girls with dicks.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, so here I am looking super hot in underwear on Instagram because Instagram allows that. But you want to see the rest of it? Go to OnlyFans. That's the hook, right?
Actually, Instagram has this one thing. It's so funny. If I have clothes that are see-through, I'm naked, but I'm not really naked because I have clothes on. Yep. I'm like, what the what? Whatever.
All right. So on that note, I'm gonna go jerk off to Pornhub to OnlyFans girls, and I'm gonna go to bed. But I want to thank everybody. There's only one viewer.
Talk about the beer review.
We never did give our closing thoughts on the beers we drank. Of course, this is just a hangout, so
nobody was watching anyway.
We just ended up started watching people slap Redbeard around, so it's just
All right. I'm gonna kick out then too.
All right.
Gentlemen.
Well, Chris Peters killed those women. Wait, that's your line, simply.
Chris Peters did kill those women, indeed. But we're still looking for the bodies. We'll find them, Chris.
Think of the missing girls. All right.
Cheers.
Yeah, good night, guys.
Who slapped Red?